folks, we're removing the salt from our water this week as I yak a local Tampa Bay area lake to hunt down the hogs. Oh, mackerel, this is a big fish.
The Average Angler.
Andy, I like coming here because you have pretzels.
You and everybody else.
Free pretzels.
Yes.
Do they just come in here for the pretzels sometimes?
Several people, yes.
Well, I'm in here today for the bass. And let's talk bass in April. What is the month of April to bass?
Bass could be either bedding still, or they could be transitioning out of the spawn into their spring and summer feeding patterns.
Okay, so it's possible throughout the month of April and even into May to find them still bedding?
Yes. I can't confirm it, but I've heard from people that bass will bed year-round in Florida.
Let's talk about the bass tackle. If you had one that you really like, which one would you pick?
I would say a black or a June bug. There's a black right there.
Now, why would you pick this over this?
Because the black will have more contrast in the water than the lighter color will.
Okay.
And if you were fishing a lighter colored lake with cleaner water, you would want something that was lighter because it'll contrast more in cleaner water.
All right. Do you use crawfish a lot?
Yes, I do.
Okay. But you use real heavy weight and you're flipping.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay,
I had a recent trip and I used this because of the saltwater blood that I have inside me. I don't deviate too far away from it. But I did have some luck with this. And I stopped at a couple of reed islands, and the reason why I stopped is because I saw some major twitching of reeds in different areas of the island. And it had a good hard bottom with the deep water access close to it, and bait was flipping behind there. I felt that these bass, that what I was seeing with the flick of the reeds could be bedding bass.
Yeah, it absolutely could be. It could be them fanning their beds, keeping their beds clean, maybe chasing other small critters off of their beds like bluegill and crappie, whatever it might be. They also could be using that area to stage up and ambush that bait that you were seeing in the nearby area.
All right, so whatever the case, the activity that was happening there, I got a good sign of it, and so I stopped and I started fishing. You're going to be my co-host, and we're going to see what happens after that. Take a look, folks. Fish on, fish on. Oh boy, he's going. Let's go over there, folks. I don't know if he's still on, but he's in those reeds. I'm stuck in here. Boy, he took a run in there. I couldn't stop him. These bulrushes are really tough to deal with. Yep, he's off. Ooh. I see it over there. I see reeds going crazy over there. Fish on. Oh, how did it come off? Movement. Fish on. I think it must be a bed. I got this fish now. Oh, holy mackerel. Look at that, folks. Woo! Oh, no. That was a hog.
I thought you were going to show me fish, not you swinging and missing.
Well, I think, thanks for that segue in. But I think that probably I wasn't laying in on it hard enough. Andy, I think that I was being too tender with it. thinking that bass were less hardy than saltwater fish, and I wasn't getting this spring off and getting that hook into their skin. But that being said, you know, you're going to miss a few.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can't catch them all.
You can't catch them all. But after the break, I catch a few. So
Let's hope so.
Got a real good scenario here, folks, because there goes the reeds again. I'm on the outside in clean, open water. And if I can get them out of those reeds, instead of going up in there, I've got a better shot at them. I'm gonna have to lay in on them harder though, because twice now, that weed guard has stayed that way. So that means I didn't stick them hard enough. I've got to get better. I got to be better. Oh, look at that, folks. Got him out, got him out. Look at that. Woo, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. These fish are loaded in here right now. Look at that. Not as big as the one I missed. I laid in on this fish real hard. I wasn't gonna miss this one. This one's skinnied out. If this is a female, then she's already laid. There she goes, there she goes. All right. See these islands, folks, that I'm hitting, and I'm just using a weedless worm. All these little bulrush that they're making coves, and I'm throwing right in them, and we are on a heck of a bite today. But that's the first one that I've finally been able to pull out. I missed a few good ones, but I'm not going to give up. I'm after the hogs. I've gone hog crazy. Oh my God. Oh, this is a good fish. Yeah. Woo. He's right in front of you, folks. Strong fish, he hit me hard. Not as big, but a little help. Thank you. Look how clean this one looks. Wow. Woo. Look at how clean that guy is. Man, I thought he was much bigger than this. That's the strongest fish of the day. He really hit me hard. Boat's still moving. Very healthy looking fish. Wow. Boy, great action today around these bulrush islands. Largemouth bass. Yeah, I didn't think he needed any resuscitation. Yes, hunting them down. Tell you folks, the lakes that you have in your towns and in your cities, even the ponds, this time of year when the weather settles down and you get a warm day like this with less wind, boy, these fish are ready to feed. And you can do it all on these artificials. Curly tail. Awesome. This is a big fish. Gotta keep the pressure on him or he's gonna get me. Look at this fish, folks. This is a hog. That's a hog. That's a hog. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Got a fan up there. Look at that. Look at that old girl. Woo, boy. I'd say that's a hog there, wouldn't you, folks? My gosh, look at her. Look at, she's been dinged up near her eye. What a beauty. Gosh. Whew. I tell you what, hunting for hogs, and I'm getting on them today. I've missed a few, but this one, I was able, she I can hardly talk. She just dinked it just real softly, and then I saw the movement of the line, and I said, okay, this is it. And I laid in on her hard. I'm using spinning tackles, so I had to really lay in on her good. That is a quality fish right there. She could be I'm gonna say 6 pounds. She feels it. And she's laden. Look at her belly right here. She's got some stuff in it, I'd say. Some stuff, some babies. There she is, there she is. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There she goes.
That wasn't bad, huh?
Yeah, that one was really nice, Glenn. It's amazing you can catch those fish, with that.
With this?
Yeah.
With this, normally when I look at fish and they're, the bigger fish, I'm thinking like bigger stuff. But not necessarily. This got in there. I don't think it was too deep where they could still see this and they pounced on it. Would you consider that one that I got, the biggest one, a hog?
Yeah, that's definitely a very nice fish.
What designates a hog? How big?
Oh, I say anytime they get over, 4 or 5 pounds, that's a nice bass anywhere you go.
Yeah. The big thing that I noticed was an abundance of bass there in one spot. Well, what does that signify? Why is there an abundance? Beds? Do they bed that close together? Because it wasn't a big island that I was fishing.
It could be beds. There could be a number of beds in one area. There could be an abundance of bait fish. It could be a combination of beds, bait fish, all the perfect scenarios lining up to put all those fish in that one spot.
Right, because combined with the misses, I probably had 6 or 7 fish on the line in one spot.
Yeah, that's a pretty good spot.
In this reel tip, remember to keep your eyes on any erratic movement of the reeds as you move along looking for fish. It's a good bet there's a bass down there fanning clear a potential bed to lay her eggs.
Andy, I went back there a second time looking for a big bedding bass because in the month of April, it's a good bet that they're still bedding, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I was back there trying to find a bigger one, but I faced some wind. What happens when you get a lot of wind coming in?
Well, a lot of things could happen. It could be a front coming in, or a front has passed through, and that might shut the bite off. It could push the bait fish out of the area. It could muddy up the water, which in turn could push the fish off of their bed temporarily.
Well, let's take a look and see what happened.
Fish on. Yeah, look at that jump. Woo! Took my worm. Okay. Anchored here, folks, because the wind is so harsh on us right now. I hope it lays down later. This one's all these. This one's all beat up in here. So something's going on down there. Well, that I would say was probably the male, if there's a bed right there. But we've really had to anchor down so that I can toss on these reeds. And what I'm waiting to see is the birds diving on bait around. And I think that might entice these fish, if it's not beds and they're just moving around prowling for food, would entice them to really start turning on. At first I thought I was stuck, and that happens to you a lot in bass fishing, I think. That you think you're stuck, and then when it starts moving, you know you got a fish. All right, well, that's a start. Fish on. Uh-oh. He's got me in the reeds. This is a big fish. He's coming up. He's coming up. There he is. There he is. Oh, good fish. Thought he was bigger because he had me in the reeds. But I tell you, some of these fish are really looking beat up. Stuck him pretty good. I mean, look right there, folks. That's a gash, like something bit into him. That looks like he's been caught before. Not bad. Sized up a little bit. Look at that. I don't know what would do that, but a gator almost got me. I'm telling you, it's hard to, sometimes it feels like you're just stuck and you got to make the commitment. All right, a little better. Goes. Better get that little cut taken care of, fella. Didn't look too good. Crossing the lake, folks. Trying to get back to the other side. We got a south wind coming straight down the pike. Tough going today.
The wind really slowed me down on that day. Only 2 fish, and I couldn't see the reeds moving. And also, as far as bait, the other day, the first day, I saw a lot of birds diving and bait flipping, but I saw the birds, but they only went by. They never dropped behind that island to catch bait, so obviously they were having trouble fishing too.
Yeah, it happens some days, you know?
Yeah.
Can't catch them every day.
Yeah, but we've got to catch them in the next break. I've got to get a bigger fish, so you can tell that I'm going out for a 3rd day in my obsession to get a hog.
Good luck to you.
Well, you're going to be right here. You'll see right after the break, folks, and you'll see too.
Sandra Klink leads off this week's email bucket with a 32-inch red grouper she caught 32 miles offshore of Fort DeSoto. Next is a 22-inch trout caught in the Indian River by Jamie Kaysen. Our next pick comes from Jim Lawson with his 30-pound Banana River black drum. 3rd day on the lake and I knew I had hog fever. This felt like a good day though. Fish on. Yeah. I wasn't sure. Ooh, good fish. I wasn't sure at first. The way it was moving. Look at it right here. Yeah. Awesome fish. Heavy. Woo-hoo. Look at that one, folks. All right. All right. Hello, beautiful. Tell you what was going on is that I had just come off being stuck, and this old boy or old girl came right on over and took it, but I wasn't sure until I saw the line starting to move a little bit. Then I realized I had a fish on. It's the bite is a little subtle, not getting thunks, but that's a good healthy bass right there. Hello. The bite was slow at the Reed Island, so I moved on to nearby lily pad fringe, but I was striking out and my time was getting short. Near the end of the day, I returned to my honey spot, but I had all but given up in my quest to get a bona fide hog. Grant, my co-producer, wanted some special angle GoPro shots, so I attached the camera to my rod. I made a few last casts into the reed for a different kind of shot, but it was hard to jig it back. Somehow, though, the motion of my slower jigging got a potential hog's attention. Holy mackerel, this is a big fish. Whoa. Wow, this was a lucky turn of events. Backing out with them, folks. Doing GoPro stuff here. And a big old guy just came along and nailed me. See if I can get him. Woo! Look at that, folks. Holy mackerel. the GoPro. We're doing the GoPro sequences, and look at that. Holy mackerel. This guy nailed me. Look how long that guy is. Woo! Working this area hard near the end of the day, and all of a sudden, pow! I mean, he nailed it so hard that he knocked down one of those bulrushes, cut it in half. Look at that baby. Man, what a fight in there. I didn't think I'd get him out of there. Awesome. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes.
Didn't do too bad. You saw that one?
Yeah, that was another really nice one.
It's a baby compared to the ones I've seen you catch. I know that. But it's a start for this old saltwater guy to be fishing in there. You know, you get kind of hooked on it, no pun intended, of bass fishing. Because you never know when they're going to explode on you. And in that situation, with just trying to get GoPro shots with the camera on top of my rod, I never thought that that's when I would get the biggest fish.
Yeah, that's how it works out sometimes, you know. You never know when it's going to happen. And I mean, bass fishing in general, a lot of the days where we can't get out onto the saltwater because the wind's blowing, we all have a pond around our house or somewhere where we can go catch fish.
And then some of these little ponds that you find around here really hold some big fish.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've seen some pictures of 14-pound fish that are caught out of a little muddy lake behind somebody's apartment.
That's right. And where was that at?
I'm not telling you that, Glenn.
I knew you wouldn't.
Now.
But thank you for revealing
All right,
some
thanks,
of the
Glenn.
instruction and tips that you've already given me. And I really highly recommend that the folks come on down and talk with you, Andy, because you do have a lot of information about how to catch bass in Florida, and in particular this area.
Well, I can try and help them out.
You better.